Alright guys, so I'm finally back with my camera here. Came back from vacation, just arrived today, and I am making another video on the Avatar of Destiny. So a lot of builds have been, a bit tricky with the topping settings and things like that. But this one, I have to say, the one that I found out from Naver, I will put it down in the description below, the link. This one is actually really easy in my opinion. So here we go. Let me show you guys exactly what this is. So the team is going to be very similar to the one that I've shared with you guys before, except for the fact that we are replacing Minchoco with Vampire to do some extra damage. And you guys can see right here, the treasures that we're going to use actually is going to include the Enchanted Rose, Scroll, as well as a Jelly Watch. So let me just show you guys the topping setting real quick for these particular cookies. So right over here, our blackberry actually has 5 swift chocolate. The only thing you really need to focus on here is going to be the attack speed. Blackberry has to get debuff from the enchanted robe. This is going to allow her to actually break the walls down that the avatar summons and allows your cookie to not die from the beam or the pillar, right? That's going to do continuous damage from the back to the front lane. So make sure to have the attack speed for blackberry, as well as if you guys can focus on the crit percentage as well as attack, it is going to be a bonus for you. Next one is going to be our oyster. So you guys can see right over here, oyster is not going to be summoning 4 soldiers. Of course, if you guys can, it is actually going to help. It is actually going to deal more damage. However, I want to show you guys that this build works without even having the 4 soldiers. You're still going to be able to do a lot of damage. All right, so the only thing that I've actually focused on here is going to be the attack as well as crit, because you guys can already see, right, we have blackberry as well as oyster, which means that the crit percentage is going to be pretty darn high. So you want to get it higher and try to do more damage with that crit. And the next one is going to be Cherry Blossom. I'll say the only cookie that actually needs cooldown in this particular build is going to be Cherry Blossom. So in order to, have the extra attack buff as well as the dodge, the particular skill that one-shots your cookies, you are going to need to have that 8% cooldown. If you do not have the 8% cooldown, you actually need to, time your skills a little bit differently than what I'm going to show you guys in this video in order for Cherry Blossom to not die from that particular skill. But the only other thing that I'll focus on from here after the cooldown is going to be, of course, attack as well as the crit percentage. Next one is going to be Rye. Rye is going to be very simple. Attack speed, crit as well as attack is pretty much what you need. You don't need much a cooldown. You don't need much damage resist. You just need Rye to do damage. Alright, so attack, crit as well as attack speed. Make sure Rye also receives that enchanted robe buff. Next one is going to be Vampire, right? Vampire is also going to be a glass cannon, pretty much doing just massive amount of damage. And that is the reason why you can see right over here, attack as well as crit is going to be the main focus of this build. No attack speed here, and very minimum cooldown. You don't honestly need any cooldown to begin with. So there you guys go. Alright, so honestly speaking, this build is going to be great. And there's a lot of room for improvements as well. So first of all, you can improve on, the cooldown on Oyster in order to summon 4 soldiers. As well as, you guys can see, my Ascension on all of these cookies are not maxed out, alright? The builds that I've seen before, it's pretty much all maxed out. So of course, the damage difference is going to be there. But still, with this one, I gotta say, Blackberry's the only one maxed out, and everyone else, there's still room for improvement. And before we get back into the video, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to be LD Player. So like I shared before in one of my previous videos, I let you guys know that LD Player actually recently got an upgrade all the way up to LD Player 9. And I gotta say, with the new upgrade, the emulator became so much more stable, and the overall gameplay experience has increased significantly. And I want to let you guys know, if you guys are planning to use an emulator for your Cookie Run gameplay on your computer, and you guys are looking for an emulator, then I highly recommend you guys try out LD Player 9. And you guys can find the link down in the description to download LD Player 9 yourself on your computer. And once again, the emulator is completely free. You do not need to put in any of your personal information to download the emulator. All you need to do is click on download LD Player 9 and sign in with your Google account in order to just download the games that are linked to your account. Anyways guys, without a doubt, one of the best emulators that I've used so far. So without a doubt, it is going to be my top recommendation if you guys are searching for an emulator. And once again, thank you LD Player for sponsoring this video, and let's get right back into our team composition. But here we go. Let me show you guys exactly how this run works, and let me show you guys how much damage this is able to do on a level 14 avatar. And I gotta say, this works for every single level. All right, here we go. Alright, so I have my face cam up on the top this time just to show you guys exactly what is going to happen. So first of all, when you guys begin your battle, you're gonna put on auto as well as a 1.5 times speed. So after that, you're gonna actually press on Cherry Blossom in order to have her skill scheduled for to be used first. Here we go. Alright, and then right after the boss sign comes out and Cherry Blossom uses her skill, all you need to do is first use Oyster and then use Blackberry, and then let the skills run through smoothly. Alright, this is gonna allow the crit damage as well as the crit percentage to increase. Alright, so after that, just let it run on auto. Alright, and then Cherry Blossom should automatically dodge the beam right there. Right, once you guys get to this part right over here where you broke all of the walls, you can actually schedule Cherry Blossom skill one more time, and here is the reasoning behind it. You guys can see right here, Vampire as well as Rise skill are actually going to come up first. However, you don't want to use their skill first because you want their skill to be used after they receive buffs from Cherry Blossom as well as the Blackberry. So here we go. And then you're going to schedule it right there, and then you're going to get the extra crit and things like that. And then pretty much everything else, they're all going to die. Oyster may be able to get off a little bit more right there. So crit buff as well. Actually, we didn't even receive the crit buff. And then Vampire is going to die, but, we're going to do the extra damage right there. And then the Doom is going to come out here. Boom. All right, but there you guys go. Pretty much using all of the skills. And damage 41 million, pretty much the highest I've actually ever done to the Avatar of Destiny. And pretty much the topping setting is pretty darn simple. All right, I gotta say, you're just focusing on attack and crit. Only cooldown you need to really focus on is gonna be Cherry Blossom, and I'm sure you guys have 8% somewhere there. So I'm sure this is something that you guys can definitely try out. All right, so. Once again, the room for improvement here is going to be Oyster once again, summoning that 4 soldiers, as well as all the ascensions that are possible. Vampire, if you do not have Magic Candy plus 10, you are going to deal a little bit less damage, all right, because you're not going to have the revive. However, for Rye, you don't need to have Rye's Magic Candy at plus 10 in order to make this work. So you guys can definitely try it out with lower level Magic Candy as well. But here we go, guys. Let me try it one more time for you guys to show you guys exactly how it works again, and then you guys can practice on your own. Here we go. So once again, start at auto, 1.5 times speed. Schedule Cherry Blossom skill. Once she uses her skill, you're going to click on Oyster, Blackberry, and then Rye and Vampire will follow up right after with their skills. Right, and then everything else, you're just going to let it run on auto. And then once those comes out, just going to let them run. Okay. Oyster's gonna summon, and once the walls are broken, you're gonna schedule Cherry Blossom skill one more time because of course there's skills are gonna come out. You're gonna use Blackberries before she dies, all right, so make sure to do that. And then Oyster, you're just gonna try to use it. There you go. And Vampire is gonna die right over here, but not a problem. We're just gonna use the skill one more time, and right here, boom. All right, there we go. So pretty simple run, right? Just need to manually press it twice. A little bit less damage here. We didn't get the crit on Vampire this time around, and Blackberry actually did a little bit less damage here too. But you guys can see around average, 39 to 41, 42 mil. And you guys could definitely use this from level 1 through all the way up to wherever you guys need to go. So this could pretty much become a very, set team for the Avatar of Destiny. But there you guys go. Just wanted to quickly share this build with you guys because I really found it very simple to build. I didn't need to take out too much toppings from like all of my other cookies trying to figure out the cooldown and things like that. All I needed to do was, find those attack and crit ones that I kind of just randomly built. And I just stuffed it into my cookies, and it really worked out well. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. Hope you guys found the video helpful. I'll be sharing more builds with you guys now that I'm back from vacation. Good luck with your guild boss battles as well, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.